Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's time now for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10.
We are on the air with you for the next 10 minutes without commercials beginning right now. And first, let's head on over to meteorologist TJ Springer with our forecast first. Good morning, TJ.
Happy hump day, guys. A little bit cold out there yet again. We're not straying away from that pattern we've had it the last couple of mornings, and we've also had some snow showers to talk about. They've moved through during the overnights. If you went to bed dry and didn't see any snow and you wake up this morning, don't be surprised with a little coating on your car. You'll want that ice scraper, and all that's moving away from us pretty quickly. High pressure is building in, which will help us decrease the clouds throughout the rest of our Wednesday. 20s currently across the board. It's cold. There are some 30s really in northern Arkansas, Mountain Home, outside of the area too, some spots close to freezing, but many locations are sitting in the mid to upper 20s, but it feels worse, more like the teens with that northwesterly breeze. Not strong, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but just enough to make it feel that much colder outside. With the snow that did move through, could have some of those slick spots on the less traveled roadways this morning, so we did give it the yellow light. By the evening commute, shouldn't have any issues, but as I mentioned, having that ice scraper with you this morning will be a great idea. Shouldn't take you all that long. I know I had to scrape off my windshield, my windows, kind of just brush it off. It's that light, dry snow that doesn't take a lot to get off your car. In our wagging and walking forecast, we're channeling all the vibes from Jen's mom's dog, Cisa. She's adorable. I've met her in person, the sweetest puppy. We're back into the lower 30s for that ride on home, but we are tracking a warm-up, and we'll have the latest on that in that last look at the 7-day, guys, in just a bit.
Our big story today, the Springfield Salvation Army is in the middle of its Red Kettle campaign, trying to raise money to help families in need in the area. Color 10 and Ozarks Fox are helping out all day with this, starting now with Nija McDonald, who is out at Price Cutter in Springfield. Nija, what do you have for us this morning?
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. Due to COVID-19, the Salvation Army is short bell ringers this year, but it's not too late to sign up by visiting the Salvation Army website. Now, the nonprofit also has a team of virtual bell ringers you can join. That information can be accessed by visiting the Salvation Army website, which is salvationarmyspringfield.com. You can also text to give by texting the letters SAL to the numbers 24365 to donate from your smartphone. Funds raised go to support year-round programs for those who need it most. It's also important to note all funds raised stay local and will benefit people in both Greene and Christian counties. Because of community support, more than 500 families received Christmas assistance in 2019, and more than 84,000 meals were served in 2019. Just two of the ways the Salvation Army works to provide help. Now, as we know, this year has been challenging for us all, so if you can, please find a way to help the Salvation Army, help our neighbors in need. Again, we will be out here all day long serving as honorary bell ringers. So if you're out and about today, feel free to stop by and donate. If you can't stop by, it's okay. Don't forget, you can text to give. That's SAL to 24365. Reporting live in Springfield, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
All right, Nija, thank you. And you can also support the Salvation Army at an event tomorrow in Branson. It'll be happening at the Branson Ice Rink. The Branson Fire Chief, Ted Martin, and Police Chief, Jeff Matthews, will be competing in turkey bowling. They will roll frozen turkeys into bowling pins on the ice rink. It'll be a fun event for a good cause. Community members are encouraged to bring non-perishable food items or cans to fill the red kettle that will be there. Details can be found at bransontracks.com.
And some other local news for you. More people are homeless this year, and a local NAACP task force is asking the city to temporarily allow people to live in tents. Right now, that's illegal to do in Springfield. We spoke to Stephen Lingrell after suffering a stroke. He says he lost his job and his housing, putting he and his wife back out on the street 3 weeks ago. The one shelter in town that allows men and women at the same time has a wait list to it, so the only way to stay with his wife is to deal with the poor conditions altogether, and he says a tent would help them in more ways than one.
If I'd have to, I'd get on my hands and knees and I would beg like this, because it's more than just saving our lives. That would be a way to improve our lives so we don't have to be where we are. A tent helps us stay clean long enough so we can go to a job interview and be presentable. It will give us a chance to improve it and climb out of this hole.
City Council has yet to put the issue on the agenda, and it's now encouraging more churches to open as shelters. Right now, there are less than 10.
Bringing crime into focus this morning, 36-year-old Seth Hay, the Bolivar man charged for hitting a Greene County deputy with a car last week, is set to be arraigned in court today. He is facing 3 counts of first-degree assault, second-degree kidnapping, and resisting a lawful stop. According to the PC statement, Hay picked up a passenger to purchase meth. He says that during the chase, he ate all of it. Hay says he hit Greene County Lieutenant Steve Westbrook's car because he wanted to end it all and didn't want to go back to prison.
Moving to some regional news for you this morning, Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas sent a letter to the Chief Judge of Jackson County Courts asking that an eviction moratorium be extended at least 6 months into 2021. A federal moratorium is going to expire on January 1st. Mayor Lucas cites the pandemic as the main reason and the fact that evictions hit minority communities the hardest. He's also encouraging other metro counties to consider a moratorium extension as well.
Now here's a story that scores a 10 with caller 10 this morning. A father noticed his son felt uncomfortable about removing his shirt when he went swimming because of a large birthmark on his body. So the father wanted to show his son, and he wasn't the only one with that issue. So check this out. The dad spent 30 hours under a tattoo needle over the course of 2 months to replicate the birthmark on his own body, and he says it was totally worth it.
I knew he was self-conscious. And that made me want just to show me he wasn't the only one. Like, we could both have the same mark.
The 8-year-old son was happy to see the tattoo and says he no longer feels uncomfortable about his appearance at the pool as long as his dad is around.
Very good story there. I caught that yesterday. It's very good to hear. Let's take a look now at what's coming up for you on CBS This Morning.
Coming up, more good news in the fight against coronavirus. A second vaccine may be authorized for emergency use later this week. This is why we're talking with Dr. Anthony Fauci in our series, Vaccinating America, coming up on CBS This Morning.
All right, what's trending right now? We're talking about giving, right?
Yes. So we will be out at ringing the bells with the Salvation Army we have been telling you about all morning. So we'll be at the price cutter on Battlefield.
The text to give number for that, 24365. If you don't want to go out today to be able to donate, though, you can still help out. Of course, everyone in the Ozarks needs a little bit of help this year, so if you can afford it, of course, greatly appreciated. Yeah,
so text that number, and the word is SAL, C-A-L, for Salvation Army, 24365. But if you are going out to the store or to volunteer as a bell ringer, make sure to bring the gloves, the hats, everything, scarves, because it's cold.
The whole winter wardrobe for sure, guys. It doesn't take a lot. I feel like every time I walk past one, anything makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Oh, even the change from your car.
Yeah.
You know, that even amounts. That adds up. That leads to a lot of coins, you know?
I've kind of made it a goal if I walk past one this year to just put in something, and you know, it feels good to help and give, especially with what's been going on in the world and this time of the year.
Absolutely, and as we heard Nigel talk about, it stays local, so you're helping your neighbors.
Right.
You are, for sure. The community in need, and just it all comes around, you know.
Yeah, it all
we
comes
are tracking some warmer conditions too, guys. By the time we get into Friday, windy though ahead of our next cold front, which could bring some rain the first half of Saturday. Warmer heading into Christmas week.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, TJ. Thanks for joining us on Daybreak.